Hello, greetings, and welcome to the Archaeosoup Towers Christmas Special 2018. It's early in the morning, and the Christmas mood has certainly descended. I'm feeling extremely festive. And, as has become tradition round here, in recent years we have visited and revisited the ongoing excavations at Santa's compound up at the North Pole. A few years ago, a great archaeologist, a friend of mine, was invited to go and do a desk-based assessment and a watching brief, which turned into a full excavation with lab work and other results coming out of that amazing dig. She's been doing fantastic work, and we've been reaping the benefits of some of her suppositions. And I was really looking forward to revisiting Santa's excavation this year, but sadly there's been some complications. I hate to use the word, but the Brexit word, the B word, comes into play. You see, Santa magically, simultaneously lives both in the North Pole and in Lapland, in Finland, an EU nation. And this research project was ongoing with EU funding. And with my friend being a British archaeologist, well, she's not sure where things stand. Hopefully, in the next 12 months, we'll have things cleared up and everything will make sense. But for now, the project is on hiatus. So, with that in mind, I thought this year we would take a break from the Santa excavation and instead look at Santa's counterpart, his opposite, his Yuletide companion, and that is, of course, Krampus. Now, Krampus has become increasingly popular, certainly in America and also here in the UK, but he has a long-standing tradition in certain parts of Europe. Krampus is essentially a Christmas demon. The ghastly figure of Krampus likely has his origins in pre-Christian Alpine traditions. By the 17th century, countries of the former Habsburg Empire had incorporated Krampus into Christian winter celebrations by pairing Krampus with St. Nicholas. Krampus is one of the companions of St. Nicholas in several regions, including Austria, Bavaria, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Hungary, northern Italy, including South Tyrol, where, of course, Ötzi the Iceman comes from, so maybe they know each other. And the province of Trento, Slovakia and Slovenia. Krampus is a terrifying, devilish character with long horns and a goatee beard, much like common portrayals of Satan. He is often depicted holding a bundle of sticks, which he uses to beat little girls and boys who've been naughty. Yet you will often see him appearing on Christmas cards, Christmas decorations, and seasonal chocolate treats. Now, Krampus may be a Christmas demon, a Christmas monster, but for many he is inextricably connected with Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, and in that sense he represents the mirror of the expectation that children might have of Santa. He, in that sense, fulfills the you better watch out side of Christmas. His origins are unclear. It is suggested that originally Krampus was a pagan deity. Some even think he might have been a god of witches, others that he was the son of Hel, the daughter of Loki in Norse mythology. However, with the arrival of Christianity, Krampus has been intimately connected to Christmas, and just as Yuletide celebrations are a light in the darkness of midwinter, Santa and Krampus were somewhat grafted together in the minds of many children. Since the 17th century, the two have been linked in a sort of Christmassy symbiosis. This association, this relationship, this friendship even, between St. Nicholas and Krampus has deep implications for how people think of and celebrate Christmas and this time of year. Indeed, it even impacts on St. Nicholas's Saint's Day. December the 5th is St. Nicholas's Saint's Day, but it is also Krampusnacht, when Krampus comes out to play. This is when the local Krampusgruppe don elaborate costumes, masks, cowbells and chains, and parade through town in a Krampuslauf, a Krampus run. A procession through town of Krampus and his scary retinue. Krampus and St. Nicholas might be seen together, walking almost hand in hand, and onlookers might find themselves jostled and beaten with sticks as Krampus passes by. On Krampusnacht, Krampus visits each and every house, leaving bundles of sticks for bad children, or indeed foregoing the middleman and simply beating naughty children in their beds. Some Austrian households even have Krampus decorations up throughout the year, maybe a bundle of sticks painted gold or some Krampus-related imagery to remind children to behave year-round. You may well be misbehaving in the summer, but come December, boy, are you going to know about it. I imagine it's quite effective, actually, this idea of Krampus is watching, because Santa has an element of that for many other children. This idea, if you misbehave, Santa will leave you a lump of coal, perhaps, in your stocking. That works in December, but Krampus year-round, well, yeah, I can imagine that being very effective when I was a child. Increasingly, Krampus is gaining popularity in other parts of the world as well. Indeed, recently the Krampus run came to Whitby, and well, if you believe the BBC news reports, everyone was very confused and a bit scared. I think they were over-egging the pudding there. But the tradition and the imagery is becoming increasingly popular and a bit of fun, a little pinch of Halloween thrown into the Christmas pudding mix, as it were, at this time of year. So, you'd better be good, boys and girls, because Santa and Krampus are coming to town. In all seriousness, the figure of Krampus is a fascinating one, and historians and anthropologists are still unravelling exactly what his origins are, and in that sense I find it fascinating that this is a method by which truly ancient ideas have survived into modern times. People bring that which terrifies them, that which they love, and that which they hold dear along for the ride, no matter what new traditions turn up in their town or valley. And Krampus is an example of this. I find it fascinating, and hopefully you guys have as well. Yes, a bit of tongue-in-cheek there in terms of Santa and the Brexit atmosphere that's happening at the moment. In all honesty, actually, it has been quite exhausting being in Britain, being British at the moment, and seeing what's happening with government and parliament and politics, and it's all up in the air. It's all a bit of a mess. And so with that in mind, I figured I would acknowledge that in some way. And rather than examining Santa's grotto, I figured, let's take a look in the other direction. Let's look at Krampus. So, from everyone here at Archaeosoup Towers, from me, from Mrs. Soup, from Indy the dog, we wish you a very Merry Christmas. And frankly, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, have a wonderful time. Because this is a great time of year, isn't it? Just to relax, take some time away while other people are doing their Christmas thing. You can be reading that book you've wanted to read for a while, watching some smulchy TV, eating great food and drinking wonderful, wonderful things. This is a fantastic time of year to relax. And I think a lot of us need a bit of time to relax. I definitely count myself in that bracket. So here's hoping whatever you get up to in the next few days, few weeks, if you're very lucky, a couple of weeks at least, that you have a wonderful time. As ever, guys, until next time, do take care. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.